Imagine walking on your own land. The sun warms your back. The hills roll gently around you. This is Northern California. It's a place known as Gold Country. For generations, people have dreamed of finding riches here. The Sierra Nevada foothills rise up in the distance. These mountains are legendary. They were the heart of the California gold rush. Back in 1849, thousands of prospectors called 49ers swarmed this area. They came with picks, shovels, and a powerful dream. They were searching for gold, hoping to strike it rich and change their lives forever. The land itself holds these stories. The soil is rich with history. Every trail and every creek might have a tale to tell. The gold rush was a wild time in American history. It was a period of great hope, but also great danger. People built boom towns overnight. They gambled, fought, and worked tirelessly. They pulled massive gold nuggets from the earth. But not all the gold made it to the bank. Some of it was hidden away. People buried their savings for safekeeping. They trusted the ground more than they trusted banks or other people. This region is dotted with whispers of lost treasures and forgotten fortunes. The area where our story takes place is called Saddle Ridge. It gets its name from a distinct hill that looks like a horse's saddle. The property is quiet and remote. Old gnarled trees stand like silent witnesses to the past. A single hiking trail winds through the landscape. It's a path the landowners walked many times. They knew every twist and turn. They loved the peace and the connection to nature. They had no idea that this familiar path held a secret that had been waiting for over 100 years to be uncovered. It was a secret made of pure gold. This setting is crucial to the story. It wasn't a well-known treasure site marked on any map. It was just a normal piece of land, a place where a modern couple lived their lives. They had no treasure hunting equipment. They weren't searching for anything specific. They were just enjoying a walk, like they had done countless times before. But on this particular day, the earth decided to reveal its greatest secret. The California Gold Rush wasn't just a chapter in a history book anymore. It was about to become very, very real for two very unsuspecting people. So, what exactly did this couple find? It wasn't just a handful of old coins, it was an astonishing treasure. The official count was 1,427 gold coins. Imagine that. Over 1,400 pieces of solid American gold. These weren't just any coins, either. They were dated from 1847 to 1894. This range of dates gives us a window into a specific time in American history. The coins were mostly $20 gold pieces, also known as double eagles. There were also some $10 eagles and $5 half eagles. The total face value of the coins was about $27,000, but their real value was much, much higher. The condition of the coins was simply unbelievable. Many of them were in mint, uncirculated condition. This means they looked almost brand new. It was as if someone had just picked them up from the US Mint and buried them the next day. They had never been used to buy anything. They didn't have the scratches and wear you'd expect from old money. This pristine condition is what makes them so valuable to collectors. Finding a single, uncirculated gold coin from the 1800s is a rare event. Finding over 1,000 of them together is something that had never happened before in North America. The total value of the Saddle Ridge hoard is estimated to be over $10 million. That number is staggering. It's a life-changing amount of money. The value comes from a combination of factors. First, there's the gold content itself. But more importantly, it's their rarity and historical importance. One coin, an 1866 No Motto double eagle, is a collector's holy grail. It's worth around $1 million all by itself. This coin is special because it was minted in San Francisco right after the Civil War. It's missing the motto, "In God We Trust," which was added to coins later that year. The coins were found inside 8 metal cans. These cans were decaying and rusted from being in the ground for so long. The discovery wasn't made all at once. The couple found the first can, then another, and then more. It was a slow, incredible reveal. Each can they unearthed added to the scale of the treasure. They were literally digging up a fortune. The cans were a mix of sizes and shapes, suggesting they were buried over a period of time. This wasn't a single deposit. It was someone's personal vault, hidden beneath the earth on a quiet California hillside. The story of the discovery is as amazing as the treasure itself. It happened in February 2013. A couple, whom we only know as John and Mary, were taking their dog for a walk. They had walked this same path on their property hundreds of times. It was their daily routine. On this day, Mary noticed something odd. She saw the top of a rusty metal can sticking out of the ground. It was partially exposed by recent rain and erosion. She pointed it out to John. At first, they thought it was just old garbage left by someone long ago. The hills are often littered with old cans and junk. Curiosity got the better of them. John took a stick and started to pry the can out of the dirt. It was surprisingly heavy. So heavy, in fact, that he struggled to lift it. He thought it might be filled with lead paint. He managed to get the lid off, and that's when their lives changed forever. Inside, it wasn't paint. It was a layer of dirt. But underneath that dirt, he saw the unmistakable circular edge of a gold coin. He was in disbelief. He pulled one out. It was a real solid gold coin from the 19th century. They were both completely stunned. They carried the heavy can back to their house. Their hearts were pounding. Could this be real? They carefully cleaned the coins. They were beautiful. The gold gleamed as if it were minted yesterday. The couple realized there might be more. They went back to the spot, this time with a metal detector. The machine started buzzing like crazy. Near the spot where they found the first can, they found a second one, then a third, and a fourth. Over the next few days, they uncovered a total of 8 cans, all filled with gold coins. Each discovery was a fresh wave of adrenaline and shock. This discovery was pure chance. It was a perfect storm of circumstances. The rain had washed away just enough soil. Mary had glanced at the ground at just the right moment. They had decided to investigate the rusty can instead of ignoring it. If any one of those things hadn't happened, the treasure might still be buried there today. It wasn't the result of a long-planned treasure hunt. It was a random, miraculous event. It proves that sometimes, the greatest treasures are found not when you are looking for them, but when you least expect it. So, who are the lucky people who found this incredible treasure? We only know them by the pseudonyms John and Mary. They have chosen to remain almost completely anonymous. And who can blame them? Suddenly becoming multimillionaires overnight attracts a lot of attention. Not all of it is good. They are a middle-aged couple who have lived and worked in the area for many years. They are ordinary people who happen to stumble upon an extraordinary find. They value their privacy and their quiet life on their rural property. They didn't want their lives turned into a media circus. John and Mary decided to keep their identities secret for several reasons. The primary reason was safety. A discovery of this magnitude could make them a target for theft or scams. They were also worried about a gold rush of a different kind. They feared that treasure hunters and trespassers would descend on their property, digging up their land in search of more coins. They wanted to protect their home and their peace. By staying anonymous, they could control the story and ensure their lives didn't spiral out of control. It was a very wise and careful decision. Their decision to stay anonymous also tells us something about them. They weren't seeking fame or glory. They were simply overwhelmed by their good fortune. In interviews conducted through a representative, they described the emotional roller coaster they experienced. They felt a strange combination of excitement, fear, and responsibility. They understood that they were now the custodians of a major historical artifact. They wanted to do the right thing, not just for themselves, but for the history that had literally fallen into their laps. They treated the discovery with a respect that is truly admirable. Despite their anonymity, they did share parts of their story. They explained that the discovery came at a perfect time. They had been facing some financial difficulties, and the treasure was a lifeline. They used the money to pay off bills and help out their family. They also made anonymous donations to local charities. They didn't let the sudden wealth change who they were. They remained humble, grounded people who appreciated their incredible luck. Their story is not just about finding gold, it's about how ordinary people handled an extraordinary situation with grace and intelligence. One of the biggest mysteries of the Saddle Ridge hoard is, who buried it? The coins were minted between 1847 and 1894, so that means they were likely buried around the turn of the 20th century. The person who buried them was clearly wealthy. But, why did they hide their fortune in the ground? During that era, especially out in the Wild West, folks just didn't trust banks. Banks could fail, and your money would be gone forever. Robberies were also pretty common. For some people, burying gold in metal cans on your own property seemed like the safest option. It was, in a way, a personal, underground savings account. Several theories have emerged about the original owner. One popular theory points to a man named Walter Dimmock. He worked for the San Francisco Mint in the late 1800s, and he was convicted of stealing gold coins in 1901. Could he have buried his stolen loot in the Saddle Ridge area? The timeline fits, but the coins in the hoard were from several different mints, not just San Francisco. That makes the theory less likely. I mean, a single person stealing from one mint would probably have coins from that mint only. The variety of coins really suggests they were collected over time, not stolen in a single heist. Another theory suggests the owner might have been a successful but secretive gold miner. Or, perhaps a wealthy businessman or rancher. In the chaotic days of the gold rush and its aftermath, many people made and lost fortunes. Someone could have spent decades accumulating these coins. Maybe they planned to retrieve them later, but died unexpectedly. Without a map, or telling anyone where the treasure was, their secret died with them. The cans were buried at different depths and locations in a small area, which suggests the person added to their hoard over many years. Ultimately, we will probably never know for sure who buried the gold. The identity of the original owner is lost to time. There were no notes, no names, and no clues left with the coins. This mystery is part of what makes the Saddle Ridge Hoard so fascinating. It's a silent story from a forgotten person. We can only imagine who they were. Were they afraid? Were they hopeful for the future? Whoever they were, they created one of America's greatest treasure legends. Their secret is now shared with the world, even if their name remains unknown. The Saddle Ridge Hoard is more than just a pile of money. It's honestly a perfect time capsule. It gives us a direct physical link to the latter half of the 19th century in America. This was a period of massive change. The country was expanding westward. The Civil War was fought and won. The Industrial Revolution was transforming cities. And, all of this history is captured in these small metal discs. Each coin tells a story about the year it was made and the mint it came from. The collection as a whole represents a snapshot of the American economy during a very dynamic time. The coins came from 5 different U.S. mints: Philadelphia, San Francisco, Carson City, New Orleans, and Dahlonega. The presence of coins from so many different locations is significant. It shows how money moved across the country. The Dahlonega Mint in Georgia, for example, operated only before the Civil War. Finding one of its coins in California is a testament to the flow of people and commerce. The Carson City coins are especially prized by collectors because that mint operated for only a short time. The hoard contains a significant number of these rare CC mint-marked coins. The pristine condition of the coins is what makes them historically priceless. Because they were never circulated, they show us the original artistry and detail of the coin designs. The famous Liberty Head design, created by Christian Gobrecht, can be seen in perfect clarity. We can see every strand of hair on Lady Liberty, every feather on the eagle. This is how the coins were meant to look. Most coins from this era are heavily worn down from use. The Saddle Ridge coins are a reference library for numismatists, the people who study coins. They can study these coins to understand the minting process of the 19th century. This hoard is considered America's greatest buried treasure discovery for a reason. It's unmatched in its size, condition, and value. Other hoards have been found, but none come close to Saddle Ridge. It provides a tangible connection to the legend of the American West. We all grow up with stories of cowboys, outlaws, and buried treasure. The Saddle Ridge Hoard proves that those stories are not just fiction. It confirms that real people really did bury pots of gold. It transforms myth into reality and allows us to hold a piece of that wild, adventurous past in our hands. When John and Mary first pulled those gold coins from the dirt, they knew they had something special. But they needed experts to confirm it. The first step was to find someone they could trust. They were worried about being taken advantage of. After careful research, they contacted Coggins Inc., a respected firm of numismatists based in California. David Coggin, the firm's president, met with the couple. He was initially skeptical. As an expert, he had heard countless stories of supposed treasure finds that turned out to be fake. But when he saw the coins, his skepticism vanished. Kagan and his team began the long process of authentication and conservation. The first task was to carefully remove the coins from the remaining cans and clean off the dirt and grime. This had to be done very carefully to avoid scratching or damaging the coins. Each coin was then examined under a microscope. The experts checked the weight, dimensions, and design details. They compared them to known examples of genuine coins from that era. The verdict was clear. Every single one of the 1,427 coins was authentic. There was no doubt this was a genuine 19th century hoard. Once the coins were authenticated, the next step was to grade them. Grading is the process of evaluating a coin's condition on a scale from 1 to 70. A higher number means better condition. The coins were sent to the Professional Coin Grading Service, or PCGS, an independent third-party grading company. The experts at PCGS were stunned. Many of the Saddle Ridge coins received incredibly high grades, some even reaching MS 65 and higher, indicating gem uncirculated condition. The 1866 S No Motto Double Eagle was the star, a legendary rarity now confirmed to be real and in near-perfect shape. After the authentication and grading process, the public finally got to see the treasure. Amazon, the online retail giant, created a special storefront to sell a selection of the coins. This allowed collectors from all over the world to own a piece of this historic find. Some of the finest and rarest coins were also displayed at major coin shows, including the American Numismatic Association's World's Fair of Money. Seeing the coins in person, gleaming under the lights, was a breathtaking experience for collectors and the public alike. The journey from a rusty can in the ground to a museum-quality display was complete. For John and Mary, the discovery felt like more than just luck. They described it as a divine or miraculous event. It wasn't just about the money though, that certainly helped. It was the timing and the sheer improbability of it all. They had walked that path so many times. Why did the can appear on that specific day? They felt like they had been guided to the spot. The treasure appeared at a moment when they were facing serious financial worries. It felt like an answer to their prayers, a helping hand from an unseen force. This feeling of a miracle was heightened by a strange feature on their property. They called a prominent hill Saddle Ridge. Right where the treasure was found, an old, unusually shaped tree stood. When they looked at its shadow during a certain time of day, it pointed directly to the location of the first can. They believed this might have been an old marker, a shadow mark, left by the original owner. Whether it was intentional or just a coincidence, it added to the mystique and the sense that this discovery was meant to be. It was as if the land itself was holding the secret and chose them to reveal it to. The story resonated with people around the world for this very reason. It taps into a universal human desire for miracles and for unexpected good fortune. It's a modern-day fairy tale. Ordinary people, through no special effort of their own, are blessed with a life-changing treasure. It gives people hope. It makes us think that maybe something amazing could happen to us too. The miraculous element of the story is not about supernatural intervention. It's about the wonder and awe of a truly random, incredibly lucky event that feels too perfect to be just a coincidence. This find has been called the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and in a way, it was. John and Mary saw an actual rainbow over their property on the day they moved the last of the coins to a secure location. For them, it was a symbolic end to their incredible journey of discovery. They felt a sense of responsibility to the treasure and its history. They saw themselves not as owners, but as stewards. Their humble and grateful attitude only adds to the feeling that they were the right people to find this miraculous treasure. The Saddle Ridge Hoard doesn't stand entirely alone. America has other stories of buried treasure, though none on this scale. In 1857, the SS Central America, a ship carrying tons of Gold Rush gold, sank in a hurricane. Its treasure was recovered in the late 1980s, a find often called America's greatest treasure. But that was a shipwreck, not a buried hoard. In Jackson, Tennessee, a hoard of gold coins from the Civil War era was found inside a wall during a home renovation. These finds are exciting, but they are smaller and less valuable than the Saddle Ridge discovery. Saddle Ridge remains the undisputed king of buried land treasure in the U.S. The legacy of the Saddle Ridge Hoard is powerful. It reignited the public's imagination and its fascination with the American West. It reminded us that the era of the gold rush was a time of immense wealth and great secrets. The story proves that there are still mysteries hidden beneath our feet. In a world that feels fully explored and mapped, the idea of stumbling upon a forgotten fortune is electrifying. It encourages people to look at the world around them with a new sense of wonder. Who knows what other secrets the land holds? For John and Mary, the discovery provided financial security, but it also gave them a unique connection to history. They became part of a story that will be told for generations. Their decision to remain anonymous allowed them to keep their normal lives, but they will forever be known as the finders of America's greatest buried treasure. They handled their incredible fortune with wisdom and humility, using it to help their family and their community. Their story is an inspiring example of how to manage sudden, overwhelming good luck. In the end, the Saddle Ridge Hoard is more than just gold coins in a can. It is a symbol of the American dream. It's a story of chance, history, and incredible luck. It connects the wild, adventurous spirit of the 19th century frontier with our modern world. It shows that even today, in an age of technology and information, there are still real-life treasure hunts waiting to happen. The story of John and Mary and their walk in the hills of gold country will continue to inspire dreamers and adventurers for many years to come. It proves that sometimes, the most extraordinary journeys begin with a single, ordinary